Okay, and there it is, all finished. Now, after it rains and I see how much it compacts, I may come back and add more mulch somewhere. I may not, and I shouldn't call it mulch because technically it's just wood chips. This is one of the things that we do. I'm not sure who else does this. My husband's kind of on the edge of saving scrap pieces of wood. But I tell him, are you kidding me? They're straight. Like there's a couple pieces 3 or 4 feet long. Just hold on to them. These small pieces are womanized when I build something small, like a shelving unit for the seed propagation or whatever. I won't need new lumber. I'll be able to use mostly scrap lumber from what I have. And they definitely served the purpose when I was holding down the cardboard before I could get back here again and have them dump the wood chips for me. So the trees, even after the deer damaged them, the deer ate the tender tips. The trees are recovering very nicely. And at $30 a tree, we got these at Tractor Supply. At $30 a tree. I should have put these in a lot earlier. The fencing, I'm not sure if this stem right here, well, it's not dead because it bends and doesn't break, but I'm not sure if it's going to want to grow. It doesn't have any growth on it, so I may have to come and take that one off. But we have a Fuji, this is a Gala, and then another Fuji. Kind of excited about growing a Fuji tree because it's my daughter's favorite apple. And this one is the one that got most damaged by the deer. They really love those tender tips when they're growing on. But that's pretty much it. And one other thing I noticed is when I did the trees, they're in a nice row, but then the mulch, even though the tree is centered in the wood chips, excuse me, when I stand in line and look straight to that tree, I'm going to have to kind of, if I want these in a row, I'm going to kind of have to arc this. But as I said before, this hillside here is kind of a nightmare for cutting the grass. And as we get older, we don't want to be balancing in a tractor seat just to cut the grass. Grass is overrated, especially when it really doesn't serve a purpose, does it? Although the dandelions, I know a lot of people who would look at these dandelions, they'd be flippant if this was in their yard. I know a lady who calls herself an herbalist. And here I go. Okay. Ready? I know a lady who calls herself an herbalist, and she says, if I lived in Texas, you'd call me doctor. Well, you're in PA, so, you're not. But anyway, if you go to her, all she will do is sell you a bottle of powder in a capsule, and she will tell you it does what the bottle says it does, and she will say, this is what you need for this, this is what you need for that. And then she goes around the yard and sprays glyphosate on her dandelions as she's telling you to eat whole food and things like that. And I said to her, I said, don't you have well water? She said, yeah. I said, aren't you afraid of that contaminating the water? Like, what's wrong with dandelions? Do you know every part of the plant is edible, although I don't think the stem is. It serves a nutritive value as well as a holistic health benefit value. Plus you can make wine with it, right? But if dandelions were hard to grow, you'd be buying them. And God has given us this wonderful gift, and people just treat it as a weed. Same with these violets. I'm pretty sure those flowers are edible. I'd have to look that up. Don't take my word for that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, back to trees. So this is what this all looks like. And now I'm going to head up to the hoop house and see if my seeds dried out overnight, which they shouldn't have. They should be good. I think next thing I'm going to do is plant some echinacea around that power pole, just because I don't want to have to trim around it. And that's what I do, is I find problem areas that look bad. I mean, not that. and not quite that. I'm not ready to deal with that yet because that's huge. But I will get there. Believe me, all those plants are going to be moved now that we have the hoop house. That was my potting area when I was here. But anyway, so I find these little problem areas where I don't want to trim. I don't want to cut the grass. Cutting grass should be a whiz if you have to cut grass. And so mulching around the trees is a great way to not have to worry about trimming, damaging the trees when you're trimming. If you trim, I don't like to trim. I don't think it's necessary. Just pull the darn weed out by the root. And then what I will do is on the ends here, when we're coming along here cutting grass, you tend to want to cut in a straight line, but then do you want this in a straight line? Because I may end up ovaling the edge here because I can't see me doing all the way to that other tree before summer, but who knows? I mean, I don't know. I'd have to get another load of chips. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today, and I've been at yard work off and on all day, and I'm gonna go home and get some dishes done after I pick up dog food here and check my plants in the hoop house. Let me know how your yard work's coming. Do you consider that a big prep for you? Because it's one of our main ones. Thanks for watching and be blessed. Well, here it is. Today's prep is just another, what is that? Future food security, but also it's labor saving to put cardboard and mulch around the trees, and the fences, of course. It's just saving everything that you take the time to put in. And I just wanted to show you because I'm on the last couple of bins. This has taken a week to do in spare time, which spare time is kind of like spare money. Extra money, spare time, like, do they really exist? But anyway, so what we do is fill these bins up. I can fit 9 full bins in the truck bed. And then one of the strong men around here will reach back and grab this like this. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, it comes out a little easy. So let's see in the comments if anyone knows what this is, besides a wonderful hook on the end of a long stick. And this is actually half of the tool. It has an official name. It's used in a specific industry. The other half goes on this end and extends out probably another 4 feet. But this one was broken and condemned, and so we took it from the dumpster. With permission, of course. But anyway, so I'm just going to finish this up and show you what it's like when it's all done, as soon as the young man who's helping comes back from break and gets these out of the truck for me. See you in a bit. Well, you won't even know I'm gone.